Have you ever wondered what loot you can get from 100 runs of TBC Dungeon Sethek halls? Well, keep watching because I'm going to tell you exactly what you can get. Yo, what's up everyone, and welcome back for another video. It's again Saturday, so we're going to do another dungeon walkthrough. I missed last week because of some issues with my TSM. It made me lag in my dungeons, so I was actually just jumping around. That's why I didn't post one last week. I'm so sorry, but I've fixed it now, and we are back on track, and we're back to the dungeon that I was supposed to post last week. But as you could hear in the intro, we are doing Sethek halls, TBC Dungeon Sethek halls. I've already done it 100 times, and now we're going to go in and do it one more time, and then I'll show you guys the loot at the end, so you can see whether this place is actually worth doing, if there's actually anything valuable in here. But before we actually go into the dungeon, let me just show you guys where you can find this place, because somebody might not know. It's in Outland. It is in Tarakar Forest. I don't know. I'm very bad with names. I'm so sorry. And then it's down here in this destroyed location here. This is destroyed city, where you can see all the other dungeons as well. There's 4 dungeons down here, but we are doing the right side one, the Sethek halls. So that's where you find it. You can take a portal from Stormwind to Sethek City, and you can fly down here. It's actually very easy to get to. But without further ado, let's jump into the instance and let's run it, and then let's see what I got for my 100 runs. Before while I'm doing the run, I'm obviously going to explain a little bit about the dungeon and TBC dungeons in general, because what you're actually going for with TBC dungeons is transmog. I'm farming for transmog. I am farming for transmog, but for most of the TBC dungeon, the transmog is not that great. Like, you can get some pieces that are pretty good and decent, but majority of the transmog you're gonna, like, the majority of the items you're gonna get in these runs you are gonna vendor and are not that valuable. You will see that in a second when I show you guys my loot at the end. But besides the transmog in this place, you can also get minings. As you saw, I just mined one not long ago. Oh, we actually did maybe get something that's good. But you can get mining, so make sure you do this dungeon on a mining character, because you can get you get adamantite ore for the most parts, but you can also get corium vein, which is pretty decent. Goes for a decent price, and is also used for a lot of more expensive crafted transmogs. So that's why you should do this on a mining tune, of course. The dungeon itself is not very long. It's a pretty short dungeon, so you don't need anything specific to run it. And you don't even need to be on druid/monk for the dream walk, because at the end a door will open and you can just turn right and you can run straight out. That is actually what I do, not even using my dream walk for this one. So you don't need any specific class, you don't need any specific speed set or anything like that. But of course, as you know, I would always recommend being on a druid, because it's not every dungeon that you can do this, and druid is just the fastest ones out there anyway. So make a druid if you want to do dungeon farming like I do, to have all the best things you can for farming a lot of dungeons. So yeah, besides the mining, besides not being able to, well, not having to be on a specific class or anything, why do we do TBC dungeons? Well, we do them mostly because of the open world drop epic plans and patterns for our professions, like mining, for blacksmithing, leatherworking, and tailoring, because they are pretty hard to get, so the prices on them is pretty high. And for if they're hard to get, many people would not have the transmog, will not be able to craft the transmog and then post it on the auction house. So if you are the one who has it, then obviously you are going to be able to make a lot of gold if you sell it, because you will be the only one having it on the auction house. So that was the dungeon. You could see pretty fast. I think it took like 3 minutes. Yeah, and I do have a speed set on, but I didn't use my bear or anything like that. So it's pretty fast. It's a really short dungeon. And to the loot, probably what you want to see, what you was waiting for, right? Because everyone knows how to run the dungeon. Well, not everyone, but most people would know how to run that dungeon. Let's sell that one. Yeah, that's fine. And as you can see, here it is. Not a lot of items, and before I go through them, a lot of these items it actually have a pretty horrible price on them, but I'm gonna go through them anyways. So let's start with the mining. As I explained, you can get mining in here. You can get the adamantite ores. It's just good for crafting. You can make them into bars, you can sell them, you can use them for your own crafting. It's just good with materials, and these are actually some, I wouldn't say highly sought after because there's a lot of them, but they sell pretty fast. People use these a lot. So adamantite ores, curium vein or curium ores as you get from him. You get these eternium ores as well. So all in all, I don't know how much there is. 4, 9, 12, 30, 25, 30, almost 30,000 in just the minings here. And then you get motes of earth as well, which is $30. $30? 30 gold a piece right now. And you can also get, well, you get motes of fire you can make into primal fire from your corium veins. So there's like another few thousand in those. So all in all, like let's say 35,000 in just materials, which is pretty decent. So that's just a little extra bonus that is like steady gold. And obviously, if you're doing 100 runs and you only get 35,000, that's not that great. It's actually pretty bad. So luckily, I've got some materials. Luckily, I got some transmog as well. Oh my god, my words. But let's go through them and let's see if there's anything good, basically. We got some kind of horrible pants, but the sell rate on it is good. I believe they were actually 600 gold when I actually initially got them, so that's why I decided to keep them, but they've dropped in value now, which is sad. But only 72 gold, but good sell rate, so hopefully they'll sell anyways, and anything counts. As long as I'm selling transmog, I'll make gold. Got another pair of pants here, which is the Blood Knight. A bit better price, almost 1,000 gold, and decent sell rate as well. And the Blood Knight set, or the Blood Knight transmog, is actually pretty sought after, or a lot of people buying these. And when they do, they initially buy the whole thing. I think this transmog is actually pretty hard to match with something else. I don't know, but people usually buy everything from this set if they are buying one piece. So if you see your leggings selling, you would see your chest, your shoulders, your headpiece, and gloves and whatnot sell as well. So this is a pretty good set to go for. Not the most expensive, so you won't make tons of gold on it, but obviously it sells, so you make gold on it. We got a belt here, which is not the best either, but it's yeah. I don't think it might not sell. I don't know, but it looks pretty decent. It can go with a lot of things, a lot of red sets, so hopefully it will sell. Not the best price, not the best sell rate, but I believe it will sell. We got some boots here. Horrible price again, but a 0.02 sell rate, so they will sell at some point, and I'll make gold for it. We got a chest here. Again, same principle. Bad price, but 0.03 sell rate, which is decent, so it will sell eventually. We got a staff here, which is almost 1,000. What more can you say about it? There's no sell rate on it. It's just 1,000 gold, so hopefully it sells. We got a bow here, which is 4.2 thousand. Pretty common looking bow. Nothing too exciting about it, but 4.2 thousand is a decent price. We got a sword here, an orange looking sword, which is 1.8 bronze. Why did I say it like that? Moving on. We got a knife. Yeah, we got a knife. It is a dagger, which is 1.9. Nothing too interesting about that one. Just a decent price. We got this staff. Pretty interesting looking, I guess. But this is 4,000. So decent. We got a gun here, which is actually pretty interesting because it's 52,000, almost 52,000 gold. Looks pretty nice. I don't know how you could ever look into that scope when the I was supposed to say the trigger, but that's probably not the trigger there. When it's there, I don't know how you look into the scope, but I mean, the Blizzard's design, you know. But 52,000, pretty decent. Hopefully that will sell, because that is actually a good price for Transmog. I have no idea if this is rare or anything. I've just looted it and keeping it, because if it sells for 52,000, I'm happy. We got a a formula, sorry, for 5,000 here, which is obviously enchanting. No idea if people still using Outland enchanting, but if it's 5,000, I'm selling it. We got a schematic here as well, which is 4,000. This is for toys, you can see. I'm actually selling a lot of these toys once you've learned it and crafting them. I've sold a lot of them because people just want every toy in the game, I guess. So they just go on, search toy, and buy everything they don't have. So make sure if you get this, learn it, and then craft the toy and sell it. We got some blues. Again, not the best. A little bit better than the greens, I'd say, but not that interesting either. Because 100 gold for this bad boy is actually looks pretty decent, I'd say. But apparently most people, I guess, have it. So only 100 gold. 2.03 sell rate though, so decent sell rate. 250 gold for this chest piece here. Let's just reset that so we don't get confused. But 0.02 sell rate. So again, good sell rate. 2.5k on a shield here. We got a staff here, which is 3,000 gold. Pretty cool looking staff, I'd say. Got these gloves, which is 1.8. Nothing too majorly interesting on those. And then we got a helmet here, which is 13.5 thousand. Good price. I believe, like, as you can see, the market value, so I believe they will go down again. The market value is nowhere near the minimum buyout on my server right now. So they will probably fall in value at some point. But, I mean, once they're 13,000, I'm posting for 13,000. That's just how it is. Undercut by 1 copper and not anymore. Otherwise, you just shoot yourself in the foot. And then, to the most interesting piece, and as I was saying in the dungeon, this is actually why you want to do TBC dungeons, to get these, the plans and patterns for leatherworking, blacksmithing, and tailoring, to get these epic plans and patterns to craft the materials or to sell the recipes. I already have this, or I've gotten it in the past, so I already have this learned. So I'm gonna sell it, the recipe or the pattern here, this time around for 70,000 gold. I believe the gloves right now is 35,000. So obviously you have to calculate in the crafting cost as well. But eventually you would make more gold from making it than selling the recipes itself. So I always learn the recipes first, and then if I get duplicates, I'll sell the recipe. Because eventually you would have made more gold on selling the transmog itself than just selling the pattern. But yeah, this is the best piece that I got today, which is, I mean, I have it, so that's a bit annoying, but a really good piece to get. So I'm just going to post it on the auction house and see if anybody wants it. But yeah, that was it for all the loot that I've gotten in these 100 runs. So let's press a macros to see how much market value I have in my bags, if it actually works. I hope it works. It does, and we have 220,000 gold, which is not great. Not for 100 runs. Usually I would aim around 400,000, because that would make it 40,000 an hour. So 220,000 is really, really bad. It's almost just above half of what I want to make. So that's pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know what more to say. It's pretty bad. Usually some of these dungeons with mining in is pretty decent, but this one it couldn't deliver. So pretty bad dungeon. You would probably be a lot better off making 100 runs of mana tombs, which I've also had made a dungeon or a guide for, because there is some more stuff in there that you can get mining as well. But yeah, well, that was it. Pretty bad dungeon, pretty disappointing that we have to wait 2 weeks for such a bad dungeon, but hey, I mean, I'm out here testing every single dungeon from Classic, TBC, and Lich King, and making sure that you guys don't make the same mistakes that I'm doing by running the wrong dungeons. So, yeah, I guess I'm doing the hard work for you guys to enjoy as much goals as you can possibly make in the shortest amount of time. But yeah, that was it. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave it a like, comment something if you want. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next ones. And hopefully I can get another one ready for next week, because I'm a little bit behind now with my farming, but hopefully I can power through it and make sure that I'll have one ready for next week as well. I'm crossing my fingers. And also make sure you go over to twitch.tv/littlefix, because I am live streaming over there as well, 4 times a week. I have been doing a lot of gold farming on there, and I will be doing gold farming again. But I'm also starting doing some raiding and some M+, as I've joined a new guild, so I'm doing some more raiding as well over there. But yeah, that was it. We got a video up. Woohoo! Finally back on track after some minor issues, but we're back, and hopefully the uploading will be consistent from now on. But you know what? Stay tuned and we'll find out. Anyways, see you next time. Bye bye.